Welcome to our channel. Today we're embarking on an exciting journey through San Francisco, one of the most iconic cities in the world. Whether you're a history buff, foodie, or outdoor enthusiast, San Francisco has something for everyone. Get ready for some serious wanderlust, because San Francisco is a city that truly has it all. We're talking iconic landmarks, stunning views, and enough sourdough bread to satisfy even the biggest carb lover. San Francisco is a city that embraces innovation and progress, from its booming tech scene to its legendary role in American history. In this video, we'll guide you through the top 10 must-see places in San Francisco, from world-famous attractions to hidden gems that capture the city's unique spirit. From the Golden Gate Bridge to Alcatraz Island, we'll uncover the best this city has to offer. Whether you're a history buff, a foodie, or just looking for an adventure, San Francisco has something for everyone. And hey, if you happen to spot a celebrity while you're there, tell them Ellen sent you. But first, let's dive into our list of must-see spots. You won't want to miss a single one. First up, we're heading straight to the most iconic landmark in San Francisco, maybe even the whole state of California, the Golden Gate Bridge. You know it. You love it. It's that big orange bridge everyone takes pictures of. And let me tell you, it's even more impressive in person. I mean, seriously, have you ever seen a bridge this grand? It's like they built it just for Instagram. But the Golden Gate Bridge is more than just a pretty face. It's a feat of engineering, a symbol of hope, and the perfect spot for a romantic stroll or bike ride. Just imagine yourself walking or biking across this majestic bridge, the wind in your hair, the sun on your face, and those stunning views of the city and the bay all around you. It's enough to make you want to burst into song, or maybe that's just me. But seriously, folks, the Golden Gate Bridge is an absolute must-see when you're in San Francisco. And here's a little tip from yours truly. If you want to avoid the crowds and get the best views, try visiting early in the morning or later in the evening. You'll thank me later. Plus, there's just something magical about seeing the bridge bathed in the golden glow of sunrise or sunset. Trust me on this one. And hey, while you're there, why not make a day of it? There are plenty of walking and biking paths in the area, so you can soak up all that fresh air and California sunshine. Just don't forget your sunscreen. We all know how important that is, especially in a city as beautiful as San Francisco. Next up, we're trading in our walking shoes for a ferry ride as we head to the infamous Alcatraz Island. Now, before you ask, no, I've never actually been locked up there. But I've heard stories. Alcatraz is one of those places that just oozes history, mystery, and maybe just a little bit of spooky vibes. You can practically feel the presence of all those notorious criminals who once called this island home. From Al Capone to George Machine Gun Kelly, Alcatraz housed some of the most notorious criminals in American history. It's enough to send shivers down your spine. But don't worry, these days the only thing you have to worry about escaping from is the gift shop. And believe me, with all the Alcatraz souvenirs they have, escaping empty-handed might be the real challenge. But seriously, a visit to Alcatraz is an experience you won't soon forget. The ferry ride over to the island is an adventure in itself, offering stunning views of the city skyline, the Golden Gate Bridge, and of course, the infamous island prison. Once you step foot on Alcatraz, you can take a self-guided audio tour narrated by former inmates and guards, which adds an extra layer of creepiness and authenticity to the experience. You'll learn about the prison's history, hear stories of daring escape attempts, and maybe even feel a chill or two run down your spine. Hey, did you know that Alcatraz was also once a military prison and the site of a Native American occupation? Talk about a place with stories to tell. It's a fascinating and slightly eerie glimpse into a unique chapter of American history. And who knows, you might even get some inspiration for your next Halloween costume. Just make sure you don't get lost in the maze of cell blocks. Or do, if you're feeling adventurous. Just kidding. Or am I? Okay, picture this. You're strolling along a bustling pier, the salty air whipping through your hair, and the smell of fresh seafood practically pulling you by the nose. That's Fisherman's Wharf for you. If you're a seafood lover like me, and believe me, I love seafood, then get ready for a real treat. We're talking steaming bowls of clam chowder and sourdough bread bowls, mountains of fresh Dungeness crab, and fish so fresh it practically jumps off your plate. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, you can even try some grilled squid on a stick. Don't worry, I won't judge. But Fisherman's Wharf isn't just about the food, although it's definitely a major highlight. You can also find all sorts of quirky shops selling everything from touristy trinkets to handmade jewelry. And let's not forget about the street performers. You never know who you might see. A talented musician, a hilarious mime, or maybe even a dancing crab. You know, just your average, everyday crab. So, put on your walking shoes, grab your appetite, and get ready to experience the sights, sounds, and tastes of Fisherman's Wharf. It's a San Francisco must-see. Now, let's talk about the real stars of Fisherman's Wharf. The sea lions. Head over to Pier 39, and you'll find these adorable barking creatures lounging on the docks like they own the place. And you know what? They kinda do. These guys started showing up after the 1989 earthquake, and they haven't left since. They're like, this place is nice, we'll take it. And who can blame them? It's prime real estate with a waterfront view. Plus, they get free fish from the fishermen. Talk about a sweet deal. But Fisherman's Wharf has even more surprises up its sleeve. You can catch a boat tour to Alcatraz Island, hop on a historic streetcar, or even visit the Musée Mécanique, an incredible collection of antique arcade games. Remember those? They're back. So, whether you're looking for a delicious seafood feast, some up-close encounters with some very vocal sea lions, or just a fun-filled day by the water, Fisherman's Wharf has something for everyone. Just try not to get too attached to the sea lions, okay? They're not big on goodbyes. Get ready to be transported to another world, right in the heart of San Francisco. We're talking about Chinatown, and trust me, it's an experience like no other. As you step through the iconic Dragon Gate, you'll feel like you've entered a different country. The sights, the sounds, the smells, it's all so incredibly vibrant and alive. You'll be surrounded by shops selling everything from traditional Chinese herbs to beautiful silk garments. Speaking of good deals, let's talk about the food. Chinatown is a foodie's paradise, especially if you love dim sum. Oh my goodness, the dim sum! Steamed buns filled with savory meats, delicate dumplings, and those little custard tarts that are just heaven in every bite. Seriously, if you only eat one thing in Chinatown, make it dim sum. You can thank me later. Now, if you're lucky enough to be in San Francisco during Chinese New Year, hold on to your hats, because Chinatown knows how to celebrate. We're talking colorful parades with giant dragons and firecrackers, traditional lion dances that will leave you mesmerized, and enough delicious food to feed a small army. But even if you miss the big celebration, you can still experience the rich culture of Chinatown any time of year. Visit the Chinese Historical Society of America Museum, explore the tranquil beauty of the Tin Hau Temple, or simply wander the streets and soak up the atmosphere. And hey, while you're there, why not try some authentic Peking duck? Or maybe some spicy Sichuan noodles. And don't forget about the bubble tea. It's like a party in your mouth, and everyone's invited. Chinatown is truly a feast for the senses, a place where you can immerse yourself in a different culture and create unforgettable memories. Just be prepared to come home with a suitcase full of souvenirs, and maybe a newfound love for dim sum. It happens to the best of us. Okay, get ready to trade those city sidewalks for some serious greenery because we're heading to Golden Gate Park. This place is like a breath of fresh air, literally. And the best part? It's smack dab in the middle of the city. We're talking over 1,000 acres of gardens, meadows, museums, and even a windmill. You could spend an entire day here and still not see everything, which is why I always say, wear comfy shoes. One of my favorite spots is the Japanese tea garden. It's so peaceful and serene, with beautiful bonsai trees, koi ponds, and of course, delicious tea and traditional Japanese snacks. It's the perfect place to find your zen, you know? Or at least pretend to for a few minutes. And if you're feeling a little more adventurous, you can rent a boat and go for a paddle on Stowe Lake. Or maybe visit the California Academy of Sciences, where you can explore an aquarium, a planetarium, and a 4-story rainforest all under one roof. It's like a science lover's dream come true. Now you might be thinking, Ellen, a park in the middle of the city? How exciting can it be? Well, hold on to your hats, because Golden Gate Park has a few surprises up its sleeve. For starters, it's home to a herd of bison. They've been here since the 1890s. Quite a sight to see, but admire from a distance. And if flowers are more your thing, check out the Conservatory of Flowers. A stunning Victorian greenhouse with exotic plants. One of the best things is simply taking a stroll or having a picnic and enjoying nature. It's the perfect escape from the city, and maybe even spot a bison or two. So, pack a lunch, grab your walking shoes, and get ready to experience the magic of Golden Gate Park. You might even forget you're in the middle of one of the busiest cities in the world. Okay, picture this. San Francisco, sunshine, and a row of the cutest, most colorful Victorian houses you've ever seen. That's the Painted Ladies, and they're even more charming in person than on a postcard. Seriously, you can't go to San Francisco without snapping a few pics of these beauties. They're like the stars of Alamo Square, and trust me, they love the attention. Speaking of Alamo Square, that's the best place to see them. Find a patch of grass, have a picnic, and soak up the view. You might even catch a glimpse of a dog walker or two, because everyone loves a stroll past the Painted Ladies. Now I know what you're thinking. Ellen, these houses are gorgeous. I bet it costs a fortune to live there. And you're right, they're practically San Francisco royalty. But hey, a girl can dream, right? Just imagine waking up in one of those beautiful bay windows, sipping coffee, and watching the fog roll in. It'd be like living in a fairy tale, except instead of a glass slipper, you'd lose your heart to San Francisco. And you know, they don't build houses like they used to. The craftsmanship, the details, the history. These Painted Ladies have seen it all. They're like the wise old owls of San Francisco, full of stories and secrets. So next time you're in San Francisco, pay the Painted Ladies a visit. Take some pictures, soak up the history, and maybe, just maybe, you'll feel a little bit of that San Francisco magic rub off on you. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to tackle Lombard Street. They call it the crookiest street in the world, and you know what? They might be right. This street is so twisty and turny, it's like a roller coaster for your car. Now, I've driven down Lombard Street, and let me tell you, it's an experience. It's slow, it's winding, and you're surrounded by tourists taking pictures. But hey, it's all part of the fun, right? But here's a little secret. Walking down Lombard Street is just as fun as driving. You can take your time, admire the beautiful houses and gardens, and maybe even get a workout in with all those stairs. Just watch your step. Now, Lombard Street isn't just about the curves. It's actually located in one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in San Francisco, Russian Hill. The houses are gorgeous, the views are incredible, and the whole area just oozes charm. You can easily spend an afternoon just wandering around Russian Hill, popping into boutiques, grabbing coffee at cute cafes, and soaking up the atmosphere. It's the perfect place to get a taste of San Francisco's unique vibe. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, you can even rent a go-car and explore the city that way. They're those little yellow cars you see everywhere, and they're surprisingly fun to drive. Just maybe avoid Lombard Street on your go-car adventure. So, next time you're in San Francisco, don't just drive down Lombard Street and call it a day. Take some time to explore the neighborhood, enjoy the views, and see what hidden gems you can find. You never know what you might discover. All right, shopaholics, this one's for you. Union Square is San Francisco's shopping mecca, with everything from high-end department stores to quirky boutiques. Bring your credit cards because this place is dangerous. Seriously, you can find anything and everything in Union Square. Designer clothes? Check. Unique jewelry? Check. Funky home decor? Double check. It's like a treasure hunt, but instead of digging for gold, you're digging for the perfect pair of shoes. And if you need a break from all the shopping, there are plenty of cafes and restaurants where you can refuel. Grab a latte, people watch, and soak up the energy of this vibrant neighborhood. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ellen, I'm not really a shopper. And that's okay. Union Square has something for everyone. There are theaters, art galleries, and even a giant heart sculpture that's perfect for Instagram photos. Plus, Union Square is a great place to experience San Francisco's iconic cable cars. Hop on board and enjoy a bumpy but charming ride through the city. Just hold on tight. And if you're lucky enough to be in San Francisco during the holidays, Union Square is a must-see. They have a giant Christmas tree, an ice skating rink, and the whole place is decked out in twinkling lights. It's magical. So whether you're a diehard shopper or just looking for a fun place to explore, be sure to add Union Square to your San Francisco itinerary. You won't regret it. All right, buckle up everybody, because we're heading to the Exploratorium. Now this isn't your average museum. Oh no, this place is all about getting your hands dirty, literally. You get to touch things, experiment, and learn all about science and art in the most fun way possible. Imagine walking into a giant kaleidoscope, or watching a giant soap film dance before your eyes. That's the kind of magic you'll find at the Exploratorium. It's the perfect place to unleash your inner child, ask questions, and maybe even learn a thing or two. And the best part? It's not just for kids. I mean, sure, kids love it, but adults can have a blast too. I'm talking about you, parents, grandparents, and anyone who's ever wanted to play with giant bubbles or make a tornado in a bottle. Trust me, it's way more fun than it sounds. So if you're looking for a unique and engaging experience in San Francisco, the Exploratorium is a must visit. Just be prepared to spend a good chunk of the day there because trust me, you won't want to leave. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ellen, what kind of exhibits are we talking about here? Well, hold on to your hats, people, because they've got everything from optical illusions that'll make your head spin to a giant wave organ that plays music using the power of the ocean. You can explore the science of sound, light, and perception through interactive displays that are as educational as they are entertaining. And don't even get me started on the tactile dome. It's a pitch-black maze you navigate using only your sense of touch. Talk about a sensory overload. But wait, there's more. The Exploratorium also has a fantastic outdoor gallery with stunning views of the city and the bay. You can explore exhibits on wind, weather, and the environment while soaking up some California sunshine. So, whether you're a science buff, an art enthusiast, or just looking for a fun and unique way to spend the day, the Exploratorium is an absolute must-see. You'll leave feeling inspired, amazed, and maybe even a little bit smarter. Get ready to experience the heart and soul of San Francisco's Latino culture in the vibrant Mission District. This neighborhood is bursting with life, from its colorful murals and lively music scene to its delicious food and rich history. As you stroll through the streets, you'll be greeted by the sights and sounds of a true cultural melting pot. The aroma of freshly baked pastries mingles with the rhythms of Latin music, creating a sensory experience that's uniquely San Francisco. The Mission District is a feast for the eyes, with its iconic Victorian architecture adorned with vibrant murals that tell stories of the neighborhood's past and present. It's like walking through an open-air art gallery. And speaking of history, the Mission District is home to the oldest building in San Francisco, Mission Dolores. This beautiful mission dates back to 1776 and offers a glimpse into the city's Spanish colonial past. Now, let's talk about the food, because the Mission District is a foodie's paradise. From mouth-watering tacos and burritos to authentic Mexican pastries and fresh produce, this neighborhood is a culinary adventure waiting to be explored. Be sure to come hungry because you'll want to sample everything. And don't be afraid to try something new. You might just discover your new favorite dish. But the Mission District is more than just food and murals. It's also home to a thriving arts and culture scene, with independent theaters, music venues, and art galleries showcasing the talents of local artists. So, take your time exploring this vibrant neighborhood, soak up the atmosphere, and discover the hidden gems that make the Mission District so special. Trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. Well, there you have it, folks. From iconic landmarks to hidden gems, we've explored 10 of the most amazing places San Francisco has to offer. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned traveler, this city has something for everyone. I hope this video has inspired you to pack your bags and experience the magic of San Francisco for yourself. Remember to wear comfortable shoes, bring your appetite, and get ready for an unforgettable adventure. And hey, if you happen to see a certain talk show host wandering around, be sure to say hi.